Hey guys, this is Goku, and on this channel we talk about poker and ideas that can improve your life. Today we're gonna jump into another GTO trainer session. This is a series where we play different types of GTO spots and we learn how to play optimally. Today we're continuing playing MP2 Open versus Big Blind Call, which is a tournament spot played on 50 big blind stacks. We are the MP2 player, and we open for 2 BBs and the big blind calls. Let's jump right into it. On the first hand, we've got ace jack off on an 8 tray ace board. I think this is a bet 2 type of spot. It is. Solver bets here, bets 2 here 97% of the time, but the villain folds. Now I've got ace 10 on queen 10 10. Villain checks to us. I think again this is a bet 2. It is, but villain folds, unfortunately. Queen jack on a king jack 7. Villain checks to us. We're gonna again bet 2. This is actually a good spot for checking. Solver checks here 55% of the time, but the EV loss of betting a third of the pot is also fine. Pocket queens on ace 10 deuce. Again, we're gonna bet 2. This is a good spot for betting 5, 51% of the time. Solver bets 2 here 36% of the time, and the EV loss is pretty much the same. King of spades on the turn, and I think we're gonna check here. Yeah. And we hit our queen on the river. So we've got trip queens. We've got a set of queens. And should we bet here? I think we should, but how much? Should we bet half pot, bet 3/4, or overbet? I think perhaps betting 3/4 is the best. It is. Solver bets here 80.5% of the time. It bets here 3/4, so cool. 9 jack suited on 6 10 9, bet 2. This is actually a check 98% of the time. EV loss is small of the betting 2 here, but solver only plays it 1.5% of the time. So it is better to just check here with 9 jack suited, okay. King 10 of diamonds on a queen tray 9 with 2 diamonds. Perhaps this is a bet 5. It is, but the villain folds. Pocket 7s on jack jack queen. I think this is a bet 2. Yeah, villain folds. Queen jack of hearts on a queen ace queen. I think we bet 2 here. Yeah, villain folds. Ace tray of hearts on a queen 8-6 with 2 clubs. We bet 2. Solver likes betting 5 here, 64.5% of the time. We pick up some more equity on the turn with the 10 of hearts. So I think we're gonna continue betting. And this might be the spot where we overbet. It is not. It should be a check 98% of the time. I think we are overvaluing our nut flushes, nut flush draws. This is not the biggest EV loss, a medium EV loss I would say, but the solver almost never plays it here, and we get raised, so we have to fold. Let's go to the next one. 8-6 of hearts on an 8 deuce ace. I think we bet 2 here. Yes, villain folds. Ace-6 of spades on a 10-5-9. I think this is a check. It is. We hit our 6 on the turn. Villain leads for a third of the pot bet. We're gonna call, as we should. And there's a 9 of hearts on the river, and the villain overbets the pot. Now, do we call here or do we fold? I would definitely lean towards folding, but maybe calling has some merits. No, I'm gonna fold. Yeah, nope. Actually, we should be calling here 99.8% of the time with our a6. Folding is very bad play, a rare play. Minus 0.67 BB of EV loss. So yeah, good to know. We should just be calling here, I guess. A7 of hearts on a 6 deuce 4. We're gonna bet 2. That's the ideal action. Villain calls. We hit our ace on the turn. And I think this is an overbet spot. Nope. Should just be betting 3/4 of the pot, 98% of the time. Overbetting is a medium EV loss and very rare play. Ace deuce of clubs on a 6 queen tray. I think we're betting 2 here. We are. Villain calls. We hit our deuce on the turn. I think we're gonna check. Villain likes overbetting here 70% of the time. It checks just 28% of the time. And now the villain leads for a quarter of pot bet on the 8 of clubs. I think we just call this here. Yeah, and we lose to a pair of 6s. Pocket jacks on 6 king queen. Sorry about that. We're gonna bet 2 here. Checking is better, played 85% of the time. Betting 2 is the rest of the strategy, pretty much. 10 of hearts on the turn, we're gonna check. And actually now, the solver likes to continue betting here on the turn, because yeah, we actually pick up some more equity. We missed that because of the sneeze, I guess. Yeah, it was a big EV loss actually, and a very rare play by the solver. And the queen of hearts means we're gonna try and go for the overbet. And the villain folds. King jack off on a 10 tray 8. We're betting 2. Betting 5 is the preferred play. 4 of spades on the turn means we're gonna try and overbet here, I think. Solver prefers betting 3/4 pot bet. Overbetting is fine EV-wise, but just 9.4% of the strategy. Queen jack of clubs on a 9-8 queen. We're betting 2. And the villain calls, I think, yeah. King of hearts on the turn. Do we continue betting here? I think so. We're gonna bet 7. That's the ideal action. And the villain folds. Queen 9 of diamonds on a queen a7 is a bet 2 surely. Or it's not. Bet 5 is 76% of the strategy. Bet 2 is 22.5. Ace king suited on an 8-4-7. I think this is a bet 2. It is. The villain calls. There's a queen of clubs on the turn, so we pick up the flush draw. I think we just continue betting here 2/3 of the pot. Solver prefers checking 65% of the time, but betting 3/4 is also fine. Pocket queens on 9-10-7. I think we bet 2 here. Or bet 5. Yeah, we should bet 5 here, 80% of the time. We get called. Deuce of clubs on the turn. Kind of breaks out the board. So are we over betting here or betting 7? I'm gonna bet 7. Yeah, this is an overbet spot 98% of the time. Betting 7 is fine, but rare part of the strategy. And there's an ace of clubs on the river, and I think we're just gonna check it down. We should, and yeah, the villain's got king 10. Ace queen off on a 7-5 king is a bet too, surely. It is. We get raised. Do we call here with ace queen off? Do we fold it? I would actually fold it, but I'm gonna call because I think the solver is calling here often. Yeah, 51% of the time the solver is calling here. And now on the turn there's an ace and the villain leads for a quarter pot bet. We're just gonna call. Well, actually solver would prefer shoving here 99% of the time. Just calling is a medium EV loss and a rare play. And on the 9 of spades on the river, I think we're shoving anyway, so maybe, I guess that's why it's better to just shove on the turn. Yeah, and we lose to 8-6 for a straight, so maybe that's also why shoving on the turn is better. We prevent this kind of hand to hit it. Pocket aces on deuce 8-9. I think we're betting 2 here. We are. Villain folds. 7-6 on queen 5. Is that a bet too? It is. Villain folds. Pocket 3s on 8-7 ace. Bet 2. Yep. Villain calls. 8 of spades on the turn. Do we continue betting here with pocket 3s? I think we check. We do. And 5 of spades on the river means we're checking down the hand, and villain's actually got king 8 for 3 of a kind 8s. King jack off on a 7 deuce deuce. I think this is a bet too. We get raised, so we're gonna call. Okay, this is actually a fold 97% of the time. Calling is fine EV wise, but just 2% of the strategy. So on such a dry board, well, it's got a flush draw. We should just fold our king jack. But now there's a king on the turn, so we're gonna call the quarter pot bet. And there's a 6 of hearts on the river. And are we betting this or are we checking it down? I think we're checking it down. And it is a bad play to check this down here. It's a minus 1.74 big blinds of EV loss. Checking it down here. The solver plays it with a bit frequency, 34%. But what the solver likes doing here is just shoving 37% of the time. So I guess this is what we should be doing as well. Pocket 7s on the 10 deuce 8. We're betting 2 or checking. Villain folds. And we've played our 25 hands for the day. I'm afraid this session is again not going to be the greatest. We've got minus 24 BBs of EV loss. It's not that bad. We can see the frequencies are fine. Yeah, but the EV loss, yeah, it came pretty much from this king jack hand, which was a bad check behind. And we had this pocket jacks hand where we checked on the turn, where we should continue betting. And yeah, we had a few smaller EV losses, but other than that, it was a quite good session. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you stayed this long, please leave a comment with GTO or ask any questions you might have. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Leave a thumbs up. Check out the links in the description. I am linking all the playlists with all the previous spots that we've played. So if you're interested in watching these, please go ahead. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.